Hi friends, we're back today to talk about Quicksilver again, or at least like some more. One of the biggest issues that I voiced with Quicksilver was this horrendously crappy cover. And one of the cool things about this cover is that Callie Hart actually made this cover herself, which is fun. Apparently she made it out of stock photos, which is noticeable. But that's not the point, because it turns out that enough people complained about this cover, rightly so, that they came up with an alternate cover which looks like this. And I think that cover is worse. Here's why. This cover, for as terrible as it is, actually does us a service in that it tells us a lot of things about what to expect, as a book cover should, I do suppose. Firstly, we learn that this dude, who we find out later is Kingfisher, is about 14 years old. He has this dumb little silver tear, which lets us know that, okay, there's going to be something about the silver and his eyes. He's constantly wearing this 𝙃𝘼𝙎𝙃 for throat protection, which becomes important later. He has these horrific hand tattoos, which again let us know that he has them and they are going to be important later. And we have these crappy little butterflies, which are not super important, but do have some meaning to the story. Also, the whole dramatic hands around my neck thing is because he is a broody bitch. That's what that tells us. Now, when we look at the alternate cover for Quicksilver, it tells us nothing. It doesn't even really look like silver. It kind of looks like ice that's melting. And without any context for having read Quicksilver or knowing what the story is about at all, this cover means nothing to anyone. She made this cover when it was like an indie release on her part, so I can't knock her for doing it DIY. I appreciate that hustle. And then today, I got an email for Brimstone, which is the follow-up to Quicksilver. So let's look at that cover. Ah, shit, they did it again. I would almost rather have this crap part 2 for Brimstone than just the ice melting thing again. This tells us nothing. It doesn't tell us anything about what to expect other than, the connotation of brimstone, so it's going to be hot. They were even kind enough to put a little fire symbol in there for us. Now, after having just finished Quicksilver a scant couple of weeks ago, I was curious about this release. Just, it's been good fun for me and my pals. I'm going to read you the description for Brimstone that's on the Barnes & Noble website. Notes from your bookseller. After accidentally stumbling into the mythical land of 𝙃𝘼𝙎𝙃, Ceres is grappling with another impossible journey. She's the new queen of the Blood Court. Return to the irresistible realm of the Fae. Irresistible is a very strong word choice. Return to the irresistible realm of the Fae, complete with heart-pounding action, banter that'll make you blush, and characters we can't get enough of. Okay. Duty, blood, honor, power. Ceres Fane doesn't want power. The very last thing she needs is her name whispered on an entire court's lips, but now that she's been crowned queen of the Blood Court, she's discovering that a queen's life is not her own. I gotta reiterate, Blood Court is terrible. And having a book series with Fae that is also dealing with, courts, I'm not saying Sarah J. Maas, owns the copyright on that shit, but it's kind of lazy. A heavy weight rests upon her shoulders. Her ward and her brother need her back in her homeland, but the changes that have strengthened Ceres have also made her weak. Born under blazing suns, Ceres will surely die if she makes her way home through the Quicksilver, which means that once again she must send someone else in her stead. Kingfisher of the 𝙃𝘼𝙎𝙃 Gate has defeated armies and survived all manner of horrors, but traveling back to Zilvarin with Carrion Swift might just be the death of him. The male will just not shut up. Hidden dangers await them down the narrow alleyways of the Silver City. Unfolding secrets pose impossible threats. Fisher must wrangle the smuggler and accomplish his goals quickly if he wants to see his mate again. A darkness falls across 𝙃𝘼𝙎𝙃. The realm and their friends are in danger. Together, Ceres and Fisher will pass through fire and brimstone to save them. So anyways, this sounds terrible. This banter is absolutely going to be just Carrion and Fisher dogging each other the entire time that it sounds awful. I can't wait to see what stupid anachronisms or real world stuff she puts in here. Maybe someone will have a Game Boy. Maybe they'll make some reference to the stock market. Who knows? Maybe after the popularity of Quicksilver, someone actually edited this one. That's a hope. Anyways, can't wait to see you guys gush about this.